All right, this is getting us prepared for being able to do our quiz on all three methods. So let's look and see if we feel efficient, and if you could write the steps out in your own words, it could be helpful. So step one, number one says to solve by factoring. So let's go see what times what equals 54, and then adds or subtracts to give us 3. So step one is to factor. And so hopefully you're thinking of 9 and 6, and which one's going to get the negative. You got it. So we write this out. Factor number 1, factor number 2 equal to 0. And then by the zero product property, we can say that each of these factors might be equal to 0 because their product is 0. And then we solve each factor by doing inverse operations, right? If it's a -9 there in the factor, we add 9 to both sides. If it's a +6 there in the factor, we subtract 6 from both sides. So I get my 2 real roots using the method of solve by factoring. Do you want to write this out with inverse operations? Now notice that my answers stay as an x equals. I do not write the answer in x-intercept form because it did not ask me for x-intercepts. It just asked me to solve, so I stop there. Okay, that's the solve by factoring method. How do you feel? Feel free to use my steps the way I'm writing it out, or to write it out in your own words, something that makes sense to you. All right, next one, we're going to use the method of completing the square. Step 1, make space. All right, we're bumping over that -15. Oh, you know what? Sorry. On the one that you did in class today, what did you have here? You had a -25, didn't you? Sorry, guys. Hang on one sec. Let me go back to class. I think this is an old version of the attachment. Give me a sec. All right, never mind. I'm just going to use this number. So if you're doing this from home, you're going to have a different number than the students had in class, and that's totally fine. But so we're going to make space by bumping over that -15. Okay, next step, you got it, is the B work. It means we take whatever our B is, our middle term, and we divide it by 2, and we square that because we're trying to complete the square. So half of -10 is -5. -5 squared is 25. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to add and subtract that B work. Okay? The whole reason we do that is to get the perfect square factors. So step 4, what are those perfect square factors? And simplify at the back. Like, what is negative 15 minus 25? You got it? And this is the x minus 5 squared factors. Okay, so now we're going to move the constant over by adding 40. We then are going to square root both sides. And then simplify down at the end. So we're going to get 40 plus or minus root 40. We're going to simplify that in a second, is equal to x minus 5. Last step adds 5 to both sides. And so we get x equals 5 plus or minus. Well, how am I going to simplify this root 40? Break it down into 4 times 10, or 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. A 2 is going to come out. No more pairs. The 10 stays in. Here's my final answer. 4 root 10 plugged in for the root 40. Oops, sorry. Did you guys catch the error? 2 comes out. Root 10 stays under. So it's 5 plus or minus 2 root 10. Final answer. These are called my two real roots. In class, we did one that came out to another non-real root. So if you did this in class, no worries. If you're doing this from home, I just want you to have this example. Okay, last one, solve with the formula. Step 1, you got it. Get ABC. Today in class, somebody yelled out, "This is my favorite method." All right. I hope it's yours too. Then we're going to write out the full formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now we write out the empty parentheses to get it ready. To plug in A, B, and C. All right, try it. Pause the video, see how far you can get. Okay, did you plug in -2, -2, 3, and 4, and 3? We now are going to simplify the front. And bottom first. Two squared. Okay, and then we do simplify the radical. So we notice this time we get 2 squared is 4. Notice negative times a negative, that this b squared is always going to be positive. Minus 4 times 3 is 12, times 4 is 48. So do you see how we're going to get a negative under the radical? So simplify that radical. We get negative 44 could be rewritten as -1 times 4 times 11. So a 2 can come out an I can come out and the root 11 stays under. So this is going to go in for this negative root 44. So we get 2 plus or minus 2I root 11 over 6. And 2 can divide into all of those in our final result, giving us 1 plus or minus I root 11 over 3. Here are your two non-real roots. Make sure you glue this into your notebook so you have this in your interactive notebook for math.